Hello and welcome to Wrestler Spotlight. I'm the Maritime Warrior, and today I bring you one of the current biggest names in Japanese wrestling, Jake Lee. Jake Lee got his start in professional wrestling in 2011 with All Japan Pro Wrestling, going by the name of Lee Chae-gyong. Now, I probably butchered that name very badly, so for the rest of the episode, I will be referring to him as Jake Lee. While he did get his start in 2011, he would only wrestle for 1 month from August 17th to September 17th of 2011. In that 1 month that he did wrestle for All Japan, he did work with such stars as Taiyo Kea, Ryota Hama, Yasufumi Nakanoe, Joe Doring, Rene Dupree, Akebono, and Takao Omori. The biggest event that he competed at during this time period would be the New Japan, All Japan, Noah Altogether 2011. On that night, he was part of the Destroyer Cup Battle Royal. Not long after that, he would leave professional wrestling to pursue a mixed martial arts career. He would make his return to pro wrestling and to All Japan Pro Wrestling in 2015, this time going by the name of Jake Lee. His first match back would take place on June 4th, teaming with Jun Akiyama, beating the team of Takao Omori and Naoya Noimura. Jake Lee would then form an alliance with Kento Miyahara, and they would form the stable Nextream. They would become the number one contender to the All Japan World Tag Team titles, but they were unsuccessful in taking the titles versus Zeus and the Bodyguard. They would get another shot at the World Tag Team titles, but yet again would be unsuccessful, this time losing to the team of Daisuke Sakimoto and Yuji Okabayashi. For a third time, they would try to win the World Tag Team titles, and for a third time, they were unsuccessful, this time losing to Zeus and the Bodyguard. Jake Lee would get his first shot at the All Japan Triple Crown Heavyweight title, challenging unsuccessfully versus Shuji Ishikawa. After challenging for multiple titles, Jake Lee would finally win his first championship, winning the All Japan World Tag Team titles with Naoya Noimura beating Zeus and the Bodyguard. They would have a rematch with Zeus and the Bodyguard and would successfully defend, but only 15 days into their title reign, they would be forced to give up the belts, as Jake Lee would suffer an injury. In 2018, Jake Lee would return from injury and he would leave Nextream to form the stable Sweeper. Other members of Sweeper would include Koji Iwamoto, Ryuji Sai, Dylan James, and Kaiichi Sato. Jake Lee and Koji Iwamoto would win a tournament to be crowned the brand new All Asia Tag Team Champions. They would only hold the titles for 45 days and have 0 title defenses. They would lose the titles to Kazumi Kikuta and Ryuichi Kawakami. This title change would happen on a Big Japan Pro Wrestling show. 44 days later, Sweepers would win back the All Asia Tag Team titles. They would hold the All Asia Tag Team titles for 279 days and defend the titles 4 times versus Hikaru Sato and Yusuke Okada, versus Kai and Tajiri, versus Ryuji Sai and So Diamanji, and Black Menso Rei and Takao Omori. They would lose the titles versus Yankee 2 Kenju, Isami Kodaka, and Yuko Miyamoto. Jake Lee would have his first big singles accomplishment when he would win the 2021 Champions Carnival. Jake Lee would finally win the All Japan Triple Crown Heavyweight Championship. He would win the title in the Tomoe Battle match, beating Kento Miyahara and Yuma Aoyagi for the vacant belt. In March of 2021, Jake Lee would help form the stable Total Eclipse. He would make his first defense of the All Japan Triple Crown Heavyweight title versus Shotaro Ashino. He would be successful in that title defense. His second title defense would be versus All Japan veteran Suwama. This would once again be a successful title defense. Jake Lee would make his third defense of the All Japan Triple Crown Heavyweight title versus Kento Miyahara. This would go to a 60-minute time limit draw. The Triple Crown would be vacated not long after this, ending Jake Lee's reign at 185 days with 3 title defenses. Jake Lee would win the Triple Crown title for a second time, finally beating Kento Miyahara. His second reign would only last 25 days. He would lose the Triple Crown on his first defense versus Suwama. On January 1st, 2023, Jake Lee would make his debut for Pro Wrestling Noah. On January 17th, 2023, Jake Lee and Jack Morris would announce the creation of GLG, Good Looking Guys. Along with Jake Lee and Jack Morris, they would be joined by Anthony Green, Tadasuke, Yohei, and LJ Cleary. On February 12th, Jake Lee would challenge GHC Heavyweight Champion Kaito Kiyomiya to a match for the GHC Heavyweight title. This match would happen on March 19th, which saw Jake Lee win the GHC Heavyweight Championship. Jake Lee would successfully defend the GHC Heavyweight title for the first time versus Katsuhiko Nakajima. His second defense would also be a successful one, defeating Naomichi Marufuji. He would defend the GHC Heavyweight title for a third time successfully versus Takashi Sugiura. He would have a fourth successful title defense, this time versus Go Shiozaki. On his fifth title defense, he would finally fall to Keno, losing the title. As of this recording, this is my all-time favorite GHC heavyweight title. 223 days, not too long, not too short, 4 successful title defenses, 6 title matches in grand total, and look at the names that he faced during this title reign. Kaito Kiyomiya, Katsuhiko Nakajima, Naomichi Marufuji, Takashi Sugiura, Go Shiozaki, and Keno. That is the main event core of Pro Wrestling Noah, and he defeated most of them except for Keno in this title reign. I do feel that this GHC heavyweight title reign is what put him on the map in pro wrestling. Not that his reigns as All Japan Triple Crown heavyweight champion were not great, but his run in Noah so far has really put Noah back on the map. Now, it's not just Jake Lee, there's a lot of talent there, but his stuff with GLG and being the GHC heavyweight champion and what he's doing right now is really something special in wrestling. Jake Lee would challenge for the GHC heavyweight title one more time versus El Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr., but he would be unsuccessful in capturing back the GHC heavyweight title. On April 23rd, he would appear in New Japan Pro Wrestling and violently attack Tetsuya Naito. This would lead to a match at All Together, where he would team up with Bullet Club War Dogs member Gabe Kidd and David Finlay to defeat the team of Los Ingobernables de Japón, Tetsuya Naito, Yota Tsuji, and Shingo Takagi. This would lead to the next All Together show, where Tetsuya Naito and Jake Lee would main event in a singles match. This would be won by Tetsuya Naito. Not long after this, Naito would be the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. Jake Lee would announce that GLG, Good Looking Guys, would disband on July 13th, 2024. On that night, all 6 members would compete in a 6-man tag. Jake Lee, Tadasuke, and Yohei would defeat the team of Anthony Green, Jack Morris, and LJ Cleary. Jake Lee would get the pin on LJ Cleary, finally ending GLG. During the match, Jack Morris just did not seem like he wanted to be there, was not happy that GLG was coming to an end. While all 6 men were in the ring, Geto from New Japan Pro Wrestling would make his way to the ring with a Bullet Club War Dogs t-shirt. He would present this t-shirt to Jake Lee, and Jake Lee would look at it, and then finally he would put it on. Then he would grab Jack Morris by the throat, chokeslam him, and he would grab the mic, and he would say, "Goodbye, Noah." And as of this recording, that's the last thing that Jake Lee has done. Where does this storyline go? I don't know. Does Jake Lee stay in Pro Wrestling Noah? Is he signing with New Japan? You have to imagine he's going to feud with Jack Morris, but the future looks very bright for Jake Lee. This also brings new life to Bullet Club War Dogs, and I'm very interested to see if Jake Lee does sign with New Japan. How far can he go? He's been Triple Crown champion. He's been GHC heavyweight champion. Could he win the IWGP World Heavyweight title? Only time will tell, but that's the end of this episode. I want to thank you all for listening and have a great day.